Hey everyone, I'm very excited to demo DeepVu's AI for resilient demand planning for Dynamics 365 and Azure Marketplace. As a high-level overview, resilient demand planning comprises AI decisioning agents that simulate shock scenarios, such as drop in consumer spend, which recommend a decision on the demand plan, boosting your accuracy. As is common with forecasting models, once there's a major change in an external signal, the model's accuracy could drop easily by 15 to 25%, since the patterns now are quite different from the historical training data. We've seen that happen in the pandemic, as well as the major shocks of the past 3 years. For the VuDecide Demand Planner app, which is our SaaS offering, you can see we have 3 buttons: Initial Setup, where we'll configure our agent; Decisioning, which is the real-time AI assistant view; and then Planning or Control Power. We'll start off by analyzing the performance versus the baseline performance. You'll see this questionnaire button where you'll be asked a few basic questions about your product and the industry vertical you're in, as well as any supply chain shocks that are top of mind for you. In this beta release, we support one type of shock. This would be a spike or drop in consumer spend, a figure based on the government's personal consumption expenditures. I won't go through that questionnaire now in the interest of time. In the initial setup, you'll need 2 input files: the historical demand data set, as well as your current baseline forecast. This could be from the Dynamics forecasting app or your own internal forecast. Both need to be CSV files and with the same cadence, ideally of weekly cadence. We can also work with monthly cadence, but we don't recommend it. First, I will upload those 2 files for our demo. It's a government dataset consisting of gasoline sales in the United States. After the files have been validated and the model is ready, the decisioning button will turn orange. In your case, once you upload these files, DeepVu's team will review them and validate them for consistency, and then will notify you via your registered email when your AI agent has been trained and is ready to use for real-time decisioning. In the decisioning flow, you'll choose the shock scenario you're interested in. In our first release, the shocks all pertain to consumer spend, which is a very key signal impacting demand for all consumer goods. I'll choose the drop of consumer spend by 20%. I need to specify the decisioning horizon I'm interested in. However, I only have actuals for this dataset until February 18th, so I'll specify a horizon that starts from March 15th through end of May. We can see that the DeepVu demand is differing from the baseline forecasted demand, since clearly we're deciding for a shock scenario, whereas that baseline forecasting model doesn't really react well to the shocks. Now we need to actually evaluate how well our AI agent is doing in the presence of the shocks by backtesting against decisions and baseline forecasts where we have data, such as in December 2023 and January through February of 2024. We'll head over to the Planning View tab for that. Okay, now let's choose the same exact shock and then define the period we'd like to review the performance for. I'll choose December for 12 weeks forward. Now we have some side-by-side results of our AI agent versus the baseline forecast. We can see that in the first week of January, DeepVu's agent decided 6,840 units. Real demand was 6,806, which is very close. The baseline forecasting was highly overshooting at 7,036 units. As you know, such high overshoots may incur inventory holding costs and increase expenses. In February, DeepVu's AI agent decided demand will be 7,254, which is within 2% of the real demand, whereas the baseline forecast undershot by quite a bit, forecasting 6,845, which is 3.7% lower. So let's evaluate the performance now in the Aggregate Stats tab. I'll choose the Weekly Cadence tab, and we can see here that the red bars, which are the baseline forecast, are always much higher than the teal blue, which is DeepVu's AI agent. Thanks for watching, and we invite you to try the agent and share your feedback. Have a great day.